Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Leroy here from Plug-In Masters. I got some exciting news for you guys. I just got back from the UK at the famous Abbey recording studio. You know, the studio where the Beatles, Pink Floyd, and recently Adele and Amy Winehouse did their thing. We're going to Studio 3 with my team from Plug-In Masters. I got Martin in the house and Ann Law, you know, and we're working with a great artist, a young guy from the UK named Stu. I'm also hanging out with some friends of mine, some guys, a really great one from Germany, Teal, the producer. And we got Carlos, also another producer from the UK and America. We're working with some great equipment, you know, from Abbey, of course. So we're working with the U47, the famous one, and we're working with the preamp, it's the 1073, and of course, our compressor will be the famous LA2A. All hardware, no clones. I gotta go back home and do the pre-mix on this song and get that mix going. And what I'm gonna do is use the AK Media T-RackS Max Pack, right? That's 53 plug-ins just to do any mixing that you want to do. Mix bus, guitars, basses, drums, whatever you want to do, this pack will do the job. Now, I'm going to demonstrate later on about the vocal chain, you know, like what I'm going to do with mixing the vocal. Now, you won't believe it, this thing is on sale for 84% off. Now, that's a great deal. If you look down below, you're going to see that discount code, an additional 10%. This is basically free, y'all. And you won't believe that additional 10% is for everything on sale and all the products. Now, we got some other products like Sonoc, Wave, etc. Now, you guys think about that. So if I were you want to get your mix right, I would check out this video and I would check out that pack. We're going to sit back and listen to the track a little bit, and then after that, I'm going to explain to you actually what I did with the plugin. So here we go.
My father told me, son, my time has almost come. Been looking back at all the miles that I have run. I'm proud of all of you and all you have become. Now go and see the world while you still can and you're still young. One more day. This world is ever changing and it may not feel the same. We may see the sunrise in a slightly different way, but I'll see you in the morning when I wake.
Okay, so you can see this is a nice track and he sounds very good. The vocals sound really good. Oh, a little history about the vocals. We recorded this, you remember, at Abbey. So we used a U47 microphone. Actually, one of the original microphones from the studio when it was first built. We also used the 1073 Neve preamp. Of course, that's what we do. And we did have a choice. We sent it through 3 different inputs in Pro Tools. One was a clean track, one was the famous LA2A, and the Tech. And the one you're listening to right now is the LA2A version of the vocals. Okay, we just chose that one to go with. Okay, so it was kind of compressed before we actually start doing the mix. So now, this is not the final mix. We're just showing you how the plugins works. So the first plugin that I used was the de-esser. So I'm going to solo that, and I'm going to try to bring that to the vocal. And you can see here, it's very simple. You have a 3-band. You can change it from 1 band to 3 band, of course, in different levels of dB. You have your de-esser right here, more or less. The release is slow or fast, and we have it on fast. And you have a solo button, kind of. It doesn't say that, but we can listen to it.
My father told me, son, my time is almost.
So you can hear the S's here. All right, the next thing is you can put it back to normal, and you can hear what's going on. And right here, you can see my selection of frequencies, right?
This world is ever
very simple to use. You can have a soft de-esser type or a hard de-esser. I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to use the soft one. The next one I'm going to use on his vocal is the famous Neve sound. This is the EQ81, right? And this is a 4-band EQ. You can see there's the bass, the high mids, the mid highs, and you got the high frequencies. So you got 4 different bands. So on this vocal, what we're going to do is we're going to take 390. And we're going to take a little bit of that out. You can see 2.1 at 390 is the frequency here. I clicked on the Q. And you can see right here at 4.7, or I can even try 5 and see if that functions really well. And you can see right here, that's boost at 3.4. Now try some things, right? So listen to it.
My father told me, son, my time has almost come. Been looking back at all the miles.
Now it's pretty nice. It sounds Pretty good.
Of all of you and all you
and you know, everybody knows I love the Neve sound. So I got a little bit of air over here at 12 kilohertz. That's what they usually supposed to be on the real EQ. So let's listen to that.
My father told me, son, my time has almost come.
That's really nice. So you see how it works really good. You got a filter, high pass and low pass filter. You got a little bit of that going on too, like 80 hertz been removed. Then the next one is a tape machine to give us that analog feel. I own this tape machine. Wow. This is the 456 Ampex, right? I actually own one of these. So I actually own the LA2A and I own the Neve stuff too. So this is actually from the tape machine that I have, the MCI 24, whatever you want to call it. And it's got some functions. I don't really try to touch the functions too much, you know, because the tape machine should be simple, but you can get to some complex stuff. I should make another video on that. All right, so the first thing is, this is your tapes. You see the tape right here change? And if you click that, that's the 400, the one I just showed you, the Ampex tape. And the tapes give you different harmonics distortion. So they say that this one is one of the most popular ones, got a lot of little slight saturation in it, and that's what we're looking for, right? In the analog sound. Okay, so that's what we're using the tape machine for. And then finally, we got to go with the LA2A version of the T-RackS. Now, like I said, I own the real one, and also I got different brands that I can go to. But this is actually one of my favorite ones, okay? This is a good one, and you need a good LA2A version compressor for mixing. Okay, so don't get the cheap stuff. Get good stuff in the AK Multimedia. T-RackS White 2A is good. Okay, so the next thing is, that's my mix right there. So that's the sound I got. And then over here, I did add some effects. So I'm using the reverb. And the reverb is from the Sunset Sound Studio. And you can see here, you got chamber. They got 4 rooms in the studio. 3. So that's Studio 1, that's Studio 2 chamber, that's Studio 3. You can actually go back to Studio 1. I like Studio 1. The live room, this gives you a different type of reverb. It gives you the reverb kind of the room. Studio 1, 2, and 3, etc. You also got even your isolation booths, and you even got the plates. They have physical plates at these studios, right? And if you go to these studios, check out the plates, okay? Learn how to use those. They really a lot better than plugins, okay? And actually, when we did record at Abbey Rose, we was using the famous EMTI plate. I think it was the 140. I can't remember. But, you know, a lot of plugins make Abbey Rose reverb plugins. So we actually saw the real rooms. Okay, so now let's go over to, I did EQ that a little bit, of course. Right? You got to EQ it. Remove some bass, a little bit of boxy sound, and a little bit of high. That's on the EQ. And then over here, I actually went to the delay. Now, I'm using a tape delay on this one. This is actually really nice. I didn't even change really anything. And you can see the tape is moving right there. And I got the typical sidechain situation going on with Pro Tools. And a little bit of EQ too. I'm using a telephone effect. You can see phone, didn't do anything. It's a preset right there. And that's going to give me a nice little delay. So let's listen to these things. This is the reverb.
My father told me, son, my time has almost come.
Nice, huh?
Looking back at all the miles that I have run. I'm
Here's a double,
proud of all of you and all you have become. Now go and see the world while you still can and you're still young.
There's that delay, huh? Nice. So as you can see, with the T-RackS series, you can get a professional, great mix. And I use AK Media for a lot of things, especially Amplitude and things like that. It's actually on my bass line. You can see right here on my bass, I'm using the Amplitude bass. So this company is really great. This is my go-to thing for doing guitars, pedals, and bass. They're on the top. I see you guys at Plug-In Master. Enjoy your day. Holla at your boy Leroy. Later.
My father told me, son, my time has almost come. Been looking back at all the miles that I have run. I'm proud of all of you and all you have become. Now go and see the world while you still can and you're still young. One more day. This world is ever changing and it may not feel the same. We may see the sunrise in a slightly different way, but I'll see you in the morning when I wake. You said I might not be around to see your name,